Hello everybody. Hope you all had a great weekend. I'm really excited because on Friday we're going on our next virtual field trip, and this time we will be exploring space. So our lesson this week has to do with space, and all of our read alouds this week have to do with space. I'm going to give you a preview of some of the stories we're going to be sharing on my story time. So we have Mousetronaut by astronaut Mark Kelly. Here We Are, Notes for Living on Planet Earth by Oliver Jeffers. The Moon Jumpers by Janice May Udry. And The Three Little Aliens and the Big Bad Robot. I love the topic of our field trip this week because yesterday something really special happened. NASA launched the first space shuttle from the United States off into space in a really long time. And hopefully some of you saw that. I'm going to be adding some footage from that to our virtual field trip. So without further ado, our lesson this week is focused on this book, How to Bicycle to the Moon to Plant Sunflowers. A simple but brilliant plan in 24 easy steps. And this book is written by Mordecai Gerstein. So what I'd like you to think about today is if you had to come up with a plan to get to the moon to plant sunflowers, what would you do? What would that plan look like? And you could just tell me your idea on Flipgrid, or you can draw your idea, or you can build something and show me your ideas for this. And then stay tuned for our field trip on Friday. How to bicycle to the moon to plant sunflowers, a simple but easy plan in 24 easy steps. How it all began. The full moon always looked to me like a big sad clown face. I asked my parents why it was so sad. It's probably lonely, they said. Nothing lives there. And that's when the idea came to me. I'm going to the moon, I said, to plant sunflowers and cheer it up. My parents laughed. How would you get there, they giggled. On your bicycle? Why not on my bicycle? With a lot of serious thought, I secretly worked out a plan. I would be the first human to bicycle to the moon to plant sunflowers. The plan was simple, but brilliant. But with homework, soccer, violin, and all the other stuff I had to do, I never had time to carry it out. And that's why I decided to write my plan down so someone else could try it. Maybe it will be you. The plan. Step 1. Of course you need a bicycle. I have a red one with 3 gears and yellow streamers on the ends of the handlebars. Step 2. Next you need to borrow about 2,000 used truck inner tubes. My Uncle Russell has a tire store. He'll loan them to you. Have the tubes delivered to a high grassy hill with 2 tall flat birch trees on top of it. Step 3A. Then get your best friend to help you weave the tubes together into one long rubber band. This should take a couple of weeks. I was going to ask my friend Shirley. Step 3B. Tie the ends of the inner tube rubber band to the 2 birch trees. Step 4. Next, get someone with a tractor to stretch the rubber band a mile down the hill and tie it to a huge oak tree at the bottom. You just made a giant slingshot. Step 5. Now you need to find a pole about 25 feet long. My aunt has a flagpole that would be perfect. Step 6. You also need a ship anchor. Tie the anchor to the top of the pole. Step 7A. Next, go around your neighborhood asking everybody if they have old garden hoses. Most people have lots of them in their garages. Step 7B. Attach all the hoses together until they're 238,900 miles long and wind them onto a gigantic spool. 238,900 miles is the distance to the moon. Step 8A. Then, set the end of the flagpole into the inner tube slingshot and tie the nozzle end of the 238,900 miles of garden hose to the pole. Step 8B. Wait until the next full moon. Carefully aim the flagpole at the moon and cut the inner tube loose. This should make a really cool sound. The flagpole will be catapulted into the night sky. Watch it disappear with the hose spinning off the spool after it. Once the flagpole escapes Earth's gravity, it will just keep going all the way to the moon. Step 9A. While that hose spins off into the sky, write a letter to NASA. That stands for National Aeronautics and Space Agency. They build rockets and explore outer space. It should read something like this. Dear NASA, I have a simple but brilliant plan to bicycle to the moon. Describe the plan. Would you please loan me a spacesuit size extra small for a few months? I promise to return it in good condition and give you a full report on my journey. Yours truly, your name. Step 9B, mail it. Step 10A, now. Tie your family garden hose between the clothesline pole and a tree and start practicing riding your bike on it. If you fall off, get right back up there. If your parents tell you that bicycling on the hose is too dangerous, assure them doing it in outer space will be safer. If you fall off, you just float. 10B, you listen to me, please? Don't worry. Don't think mom and dad are on board with this plan. Step 11A, boing! In about 3 weeks, your entire neighborhood will hear a tremendous sound. Step 11B, run to the hose spool. If it has stopped spinning and the hose is stretched off into the sky, you will know that your anchor has hit the moon. Tug on the hose. You will feel the moon tugging back on the other end. Around this time, you will come home from school to hear your mother say, there's a package for you from NASA. Tear open the package. You should find a letter on top. Step 12A. Dear, your name. We don't know if your plan will work, but it's worth trying. If the enclosed spacesuit fits, you may borrow it. Good luck. Sincerely, NASA. Step 12B. Hopefully, the spacesuit fits perfectly. At this point, your mother will realize that your plan is serious and tell you that you can't go. Tell her, Mom, I promise, I'll be really careful. It's too risky, she'll say, her eyes brimming with tears. Step 12C, but no. Step 12D, please, Mom, just this once. Well, she'll say, let me discuss it with your father. And if your parents are anything like mine, please. Psst, 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 psst. Step 13. This means yes. Remember to pack sunflower seeds, compost, and a trowel, along with your normal supplies. On a bright day when the moon looks like a pale silver nickel, attach the earth end of the hose to a faucet. Turn on the faucet. Put your bike on the hose. I forgot to say you should have these special clamps designed to keep your bike on the hose. 3, 2, 1, pedal. Your mother will be sobbing. Your father will shake your hand and everyone else will say good luck and take care. Step 14, start pedaling. In a few minutes, you'll see your whole town below you. Sounds will drift up. Screen doors, dogs, lawnmowers, even scraps of conversation. If a cloud drifts into your path, pedal right into it. The world will turn white until you come out the other side. As you get higher, you'll probably pass eagles and other birds. You'll see oceans sparkling far below. Step 15, at lunchtime, take a break. Have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich washed down with chocolate milk. This will be your last solid Earth food. From now on, it's all space food. Nourishing flavored glop squirted through a straw in your space helmet. Step 16. When the sun starts to slide behind the Earth, trillions of stars will fill the sky, more than you could have ever imagined. With the moon glowing like a huge nightlight, crawl into your sleeping bag. Get some rest. Step 17. In the morning, squeeze some space breakfast into your helmet straw and pedal on. When you get beyond gravity, you should easily keep your speedometer at 500 miles per hour. It'll feel like you're standing still. Space will be very quiet. The loudest sounds will be your heart beating, your stomach gurgling, and the electric buzzing hum of your nervous system. You will sound like a space satellite. You will see lots of them. Step 18, just keep pedaling. There'll be no day or night, up or down. When you get tired, you can just float beside your bike to rest, or you can swim around to exercise your arms. The Earth will be the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. It will keep getting smaller while the moon grows bigger. When the moon looks bigger than the Earth, you will know you're almost there. After a while, you may look back at Earth and feel lonely. The moon will no longer have a face. It'll just be this vast, empty place in front of you. You may start to wonder why you came. You may start to cry. If you do, your tears will float around in your helmet like transparent marbles. Don't turn back. You're almost there. Keep pedaling. Step 20. Finally, you will see the pole your hose is tied to with its anchor stuck into the moon. Pedal down and float off your bike. You will be the first human to bicycle to the moon. Everything will be white except the shadows, which are black. It'll look like a coloring book that hasn't yet been colored. You could do amazing leaps and somersaults. Step 21, take the sunflower seeds and compost out of your pack. Did you remember your trowel? Good. Dig a bunch of little holes, plant a sunflower seed in each one, and cover it with compost. Turn on the nozzle of the hose. Did you remember to turn on the faucet before you left? Good. The water will come out looking, I think, something like Jell-O. Pat the water into the compost and mix it in. Step 22. That's it. You just planted sunflowers on the moon. You might want to gather a few moon rocks as souvenirs for your family and friends. Step 22, the ride back will seem a lot faster. I don't know why, just always does on any trip. Step 23, when you get back, you'll probably be greeted as a hero. There'll be TV cameras, interviews, all that kind of stuff. First thing I would want is a big slice of pepperoni pizza. Step 24, then just keep watering those seeds and watching the moon through your telescope. I'll be watching too, and I'm sure that one day, sooner or later, thanks to my plan, we will see sunflowers on the moon. The end. So what is your plan to get to the moon to plant sunflowers? I'm really excited to share all of our space books this week, and I will see you again on our field trip on Friday. Have a great week, everybody.